Soft power is a term of recent coinage, but the concept is not new to India. Rather, it is deeply rooted in Indian cultural and civilizational ideals and ethos. It has been said, and said not recently, few thousand years back, Bharatasya Pirtishthe Due, Sanskritam Sanskriti Tatha. India's prestige or India's power depends on two factors, and they are Sanskrit language and Sanskriti, that is the culture of India. Then further it has been asserted that Indian culture is totally dependent on Sanskrit language. Sanskriti, Sanskritashrita. So India has attached always, in fact, it has been asserted by very well-known people that Indian society has never viewed the kings and generals as their ideal or models. The Indian society has always viewed thought leaders who were known as rishis, our sages, and even those who wielded power, they walked to their ashrams in the forest to seek their guidance. This is the foundational virtue of Indian culture, and we are talking about connecting through culture. And here I would like to refer to what Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, whose name figures among 5 persons who have been described as our, what term you have used? Iconic figures. He said, I love India, not because I cultivate the idolatry of geography, not because I have had the chance to be born in her soil, but because she has saved through tumultuous times the living words which issued from the illuminated consciousness of her children. Satyam Gyanam Anantam Brahma Shantam Shivam Advaitam. It was he only who has said, and which explains beautifully and powerfully the genius of India. He said, India cannot attain true independence unless it is recognized that her foundation is in mind, which with its diverse powers and confidence in those powers goes on all the time, creating Swaraj for itself. Swaraj means an order, political, social, economic order, which is totally committed to the public welfare, particularly to the last man, as described by Mahatma Gandhi. So these, and that is why India, if we refer to 10th and 11th century history books written by Arab historians, right from Tabri to Ibn Kasir, Ibn Asir, even Ibn Khaldun, then most of them have devoted few pages in the first chapter to India. And the basis I will come to the basis later. What they have said is that the whole world, there are 5 dominant civilizations or cultures. All other countries are member of this camp or that camp. The Persian civilization is known for its splendor. The Chinese civilization is known for its craftsmanship and obedience to law. Romans for their beauty and chivalry. Turks for their bravery. And finally, they say Indian civilization is one which is known for promotion of knowledge and wisdom. And possibly, that I consider is the foundational virtue of Indian culture and civilization. And possibly, the basis for this assessment is a prophetic saying, Ajidu rihal ilmi min biladil Hind. I am feeling the cool breeze of knowledge coming from the land of India. So what distinguishes India is not its military strength or any other aggressive power. India has always been, even today we are talking about India aspiring for the role of Vishwa Guru. What is Vishwa Guru? Vishwa Guru is not a title, is not a position, it is a role. And we feel that this role has been performed by India in the past. And now we are aspiring that we are able to revive that kind of situation. What is Vishwa Guru? The Indian sages have clearly spelled it out. They say, Etad desha parshu tasya sakashad agraj anmana swam sam charitram shikcheran prithviyam sarvam anava. A long time back, our sages had envisaged that India should have the knowledge power which is able to attract people from all over the world not to study Indian culture and civilization, but we should have the kind of teachers who are proficient, who have deep grip on other cultures, and people from other countries to know about their own culture, to study about their own civilizational value. They travel to India. That can happen only when that kind of teachers are available, and that kind of teachers were available in Nalanda. There are so many historical accounts. In Takshila, in the old universities, which during the course of time, because of many other factors, they were destroyed. Basically, because this was the culture of knowledge and wisdom, promoted knowledge and wisdom. Therefore, peace is needed. There is need to eliminate any chances of conflict. Therefore, India made, at the beginning of its civilizational journey, India made a proclamation of universal, eternal truth. Ekam sad vipra bahuda vadanti. The truth is one, but it is perceived as many. India always believed that all people should not be confined to one single interpretation of reality. And therefore, we accepted diversity. To us, since ancient times, diversity implied acceptance and coexistence, not tolerance. Acceptance and respect for a tradition to which we do not belong. Acceptance and tolerance. And Swami Vivekananda goes to the extent of saying that when somebody, he said, we do not tolerate, you tolerate the antics of a child. We accept and respect every tradition. And he says, when somebody talks of tolerance, it sounds like blasphemy to me. I have no right to tolerate anybody. Whatever path one chooses, I am duty bound to accept it and respect it. So when diversity has been attached so much significance and importance in Indian tradition, the human society also needs unity. We have praised, in fact, we have recognized that diversity is not something which basically it came, the discovery by our sages as the law of nature. Human beings are bound to differ. They are bound to have different thinking, different mindset, different attitude, and that must be respected. So, but unity is also the need of the human society, to how to create unity, sense of unity and fraternity in the society. Then the Indian sages, what they did was that they did not use either race or language or even religious faith as the basis for unity. Because if you accept race or language or religious faith, then many people are excluded. Therefore, they decided, or they made Atma, the soul of man, as the single basis for creating unity. Aham Brahmasmi, the God in the form of the soul, dwells in me. Same God in the form of soul dwells in you. That must create a sense of unity among us. And this interconnectedness through soul, Atma, should give rise to the feeling of fraternity. That was the basis which Indian sages used to create. In fact, that is why it came to be described as a universal vision, because Indian culture does not view a person in terms of the variable and alienable characteristics, like which are associated with the birth, color of the skin, what language you speak, how you worship your God, you believe or you do not believe. Rather, Indian culture views a person in terms of invariable and inalienable characteristic. That is the Atma, which dwells, the innate divinity of the man, the divine potential of the man, about which Swami Vivekananda said that he said, my mission can be explained in very simple words. I want to teach unto mankind, not to Indians, not to people belonging to any particular faith tradition. No, I want to teach unto mankind their divinity and its manifestation in all movements of life. And in fact, again, something comes to my mind, that Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, when he was awarded Nobel Prize, in his acceptance speech, he referred to the Upanishadic idea of oneness of being, Wahdatul Wujud, where he referred to these two Upanishad lines from the Upanishad, Yastu Sarvani Bhutani Atmanye Vanu Pashyati Sarva Bhuteshu Chatmanam Tato Na Viju Gupta Se. One who perceives his own self in all beings and all beings in his own self, he is left with no room, no scope for nursing aversion or separateness from anybody. The pain of the other becomes his own pain. The problems of the other become his own problems. That is the cultural heritage of India.